We're talking about piercing today, and one of the things I wanted to cover was how I transfer my pattern to my piece of wood for piercing. Now, in the past, most of my piercing has been like this. Lots of small holes to create a lacy pattern on the piece. And I didn't really have to transfer that design on there. I just needed to make sure that as I'm piercing, I keep the holes a consistent size, shape, spacing in order to create a nice pattern. I've also done some pretty simple piercings, picture piercings, where I could either hand draw the design onto the piece, or in some cases I would take a piece of paper and tape it on with some transfer paper, carbon paper for us old people, and then pierce that. And the position could be a little off. It wasn't critical to get it exactly right, and that works. But I've been interested in doing some more detailed pieces and transferring those designs to the wood in a way that wouldn't mar the wood if I made a mistake and had to erase it, or let me realign it until I got it in the exact right position, has been a challenge. Then my wife got a machine, a Cricut machine, for Hanukkah this year from my son and daughter-in-law, and I started looking at using that. So this is a Cricut machine, and basically it's a CNC machine made for cutting paper, vinyl, some other materials. There's different models of it, and different models do different designs. So I decided I wanted to try cutting a pattern using the Cricut and use that to transfer it to my piece of wood. At the bottom of my stairs, right outside my shop, there is a scrolled picture made by my grandfather many, many years ago. And I really liked this pattern. I thought it would be a great design to transfer and pierce to a piece. But how do you get it there? So what I did is I took this photograph of it and I imported it into the software for the Cricut machine. So I could just upload this picture, and this software has some ability to clean the piece up. I've already done that in this case. I've made it into just 2 colors. I, just by clicking in a single place, erased anything that I wanted to pierce. That's these open spaces. And I brought it onto this canvas. And now I can resize it. I could rotate it. I could add text to it if I wanted to. I could duplicate it. So if I wanted to do front and back, or if I just wanted to cut 2 pieces just to have a spare, I could do that. But once I get this sized the way that I want, so this is now going to be, let's say, about 4 inches tall, 4 inches wide. Then I can click Make It. And it gets it ready to send to the machine. So the machine is going to tell me to load my material. And once it's loaded, it'll tell me it's ready to start cutting. Put
Push that button, and away we go. This will take a few minutes to cut, and we'll come back when it's ready. So it's been about 5 minutes, and this piece is just about finished cutting. It's just doing the outside border, just finished cut, and now it's going to spit out. So I know it's probably hard to see on the camera, but the lines are cut for everything. My next step is to take these pointy tools and remove all the pieces that have been cut out so I can see, and just leave the parts that I want. They call this weeding. So I'm going to take some time and weed this piece, and I'll end up with the pattern that I want. Okay, so I have my pattern all cut and weeded. You can see the birds. The pattern looks just like the original. My next step is to transfer this to the wood. So I'm actually going to do this in 2 steps. This is called transfer paper from Cricut. All I need to do is peel this back paper off here, and it's a clear tape with I don't know if you can see it in here, but there's a small grid in here so I can use it for alignment. I put it over the piece that I want to transfer and rub it down. I'm going to use this tool to burnish it on there. Now I'm going to peel this up, and you can see it takes my vinyl pattern with it. Just one bird doesn't want to come. There he goes. Now I have basically a decal. I'm going to take my piece of wood, nice crack in it, but that's okay, we're using it for a demo. I'm going to align this on my wood. Make sure it's straight where I want it. And again, burnish it down. Now on the complex curves I may get some buckling in there. I'm going to have to trim that later. I want to make sure that the main part is how I want it. I'll let it fold. Rub it all down. And now I can peel the transfer tape back off. Oops. Down again, there's going to be some trimming because of the curve, but now I can go in and pierce very accurately all the pieces I want, and when I'm done, just peel off the vinyl.